You've got a financial vision for your business. It's written in your VTO, the 10-year target, the 3-year picture, and the 1-year plan, and the quarterly rocks that keep you moving forward. But do you have the same clarity for your finances? If not, that's what we're going to build right now, your financial VTO. This is where we shift from a vague money goal like making more money or staying out of trouble to clear, measurable systems that you want your money to do for you, for your business, and for your life. So let's break this down into the same structure that you're already used to. We're going to start with your 10-year money target. And that's all about where do you want to be in the long term. This could be $1 million in net reserves. It could be paying yourself $250,000 a year, or maybe it's becoming financially independent from your business. And part 2 is then breaking it down into your 3-year financial picture, because once you've named your long-term goal, we need to reverse engineer it. And that's all about what needs to be true in these next 3 years for us to know that we're on track. That could be consistent 20% profit margins, or maybe it's 6 months of operating expenses in reserves. It could even be a team bonus structure that's tied to profit. With that 3-year picture in mind, now we want to zoom in even further. What can we accomplish in the next 12 months that's going to move us more meaningfully closer to these goals? And that's the 1-year money plan. And that helps us identify some of the big milestones that we can hit this year. Perhaps it's building a $50,000 tax and savings buffer for your business, or paying off $100,000 in debt, or even moving to a biweekly owner pay without skipping a cycle so that you can make sure you're getting paid for all the work that you're doing for the business. Now, once we have that piece, we want to break that 1-year plan into something we can actually do right. And you're obviously already familiar with the 90-day rocks. We're going to have the 90-day financial rocks. What do we need to focus on now to make that happen? And for a lot of our business owners, that could be automating 30% of their income into a tax savings account so you're never scrambling for tax money at the end of the year. Or maybe it's creating a buffer account for those slow months if you have revenue cycles that are not as consistent as you'd like. Or perhaps it's reviewing the pricing and the margins to make sure you're increasing profitability. Now, here's the key. A vision without execution is just another spreadsheet. And that's where sequence comes into play. We don't just help you define your financial vision, we give you the system to execute it. That means setting up automated rules that move your money every time you get paid, or creating cash flow alerts and checkpoints to protect your plan and make sure you're always on track, and keeping your goals visible every week so that you can actually stay on track. One of the biggest reasons that business owners fail to hit their financial goals isn't that they're undisciplined, it's that you're wearing 1,000 hats because you're so busy. And without a system running in the background, those goals are most likely going to fall through the cracks. Your financial VTO gives you a clear target. Sequence helps you automate the rest of that progress towards the target. And that's what it looks like when you bring the EOS discipline into your finances for your business and yourself. And let me show you exactly what that looks like inside of Sequence. I'm going to walk you through an example of a financial VTO so that you can see exactly how to put this into practice. Let's say that in this example, your 1-year money plan includes paying off $100,000 in debt, building a $50,000 savings buffer, and paying yourself $8,000 every single month consistently. So here's exactly how we do that inside Sequence. Step 1 is creating the income source that captures all of the business revenue so we can start to route it with our smart rules. So we're going to create an income source, call this business revenue. Once our account's created, now we need to build the rules so that we can assign every single dollar that comes into the business and automatically route it. And again, that's going to be tied to our tax savings, our debt payoff, our savings buffer, and our owner's pay. So let's do this right now. So now that we have all of those accounts opened up, our business operating expenses, our business savings, our owner's pay, our debt payoff, and our business taxes, all we need to do is create the rules for each of those. And so now with this set of rules, what we have happening every single month, the taxes are taken out as soon as revenue hits. And on the last day of the month, 10% of what's left is going to our debt payoff, 10% to our business savings account. We have $8,000 going into our owner's pay, and everything else is going to our business operating expenses. Because now we don't have to worry about the money getting where it needs to go. And we don't have to worry about having all of the money inside of one account and the mental math that we need to do in order to remember how much is left over for taxes, how much is left over for payroll, how much is left over for any other capital expenditures that we might have. Because now we've got it set up so that this is going to run every single time that we get money, and every single month we know exactly where every dollar is going to be going. Because step 3, we're going to schedule a recurring transfer for your $8,000 of monthly salary being put directly into your bank account. And so just like this, we can execute that. You can either use your account here, because again, we can always add a debit card so that this can be your primary bank account. Or if you want to continue to use your existing bank account, all we need to do is send the money over. As soon as money hits, we're going to transfer 100% of it to the personal checking account. And just like that, we have it all set up. Now, here's one other piece, because a lot of our business owners are not necessarily saving for their future. So what we're seeing more and more of our clients do is making sure that they're investing in their future, whether that's your brokerage account, your 401k, a SEP IRA, you name it. We can start to break this up to make sure that we're constantly putting money aside, not only for the business, but also for you and your family in the long term. We're going to transfer 50% of what's left into our 401k, and even adding a limit for the course of the year so that we don't go over the amount that we're allowed to contribute. And lastly, add the remaining money going to our brokerage account. So just like that, we've set up a rule where our owner's pay is not only going to our personal checking account, but we're splitting it between the 401k and the brokerage account to make sure we're not only maximizing our growth opportunities, but also the tax benefits of having the tax deferred money growing in the 401k and putting everything else into the brokerage account. Because that's what step 4 is about. It's setting up the guardrails in your cash to make sure that you're never outside of the thresholds that you want. Not only can we do it inside of your personal accounts, but most importantly, when it comes to a business operating expense account, we can do that as well. And let me show you how we do it. What we can do is, let's say you want to make sure that you always have at least $15,000 inside of your operating expenses. Not a problem. All we need to do is connect the business savings to the operating expenses, and we can trigger this rule to run every single day. And we can make sure that this money is topped up. We want to make sure that we are always keeping our business operating expenses at $15,000. And so this rule will run every day, ensuring that if any day there's less than $15,000 in the business operating expenses, it's going to pull money from the business savings account and dump it into there for you. You can even add a limit. Heaven forbid you don't want to go over maybe $5,000 in any single day. Well, we can do that. Week, month, year, you name it, just like that. We've set in a cap up to $5,000 will go into the business operating expenses if you fall below that $15,000 threshold. Again, entirely customizable compared to what you might want to be operating, but this just gives you that fail safe so that you can always have the guardrails, whether it's for the personal side of your money or the business side, ensuring that you're always staying in your safety zone that you like to operate from a business perspective. Because now every time that money comes in, Sequence is going to execute the plan that you designed without you needing to log in, without you having to guess or remember what to do next. That's the power of combining the vision, the financial vision, with this automation. And in the next video, we're going to turn this vision into something you can track every single week. And that's your financial scorecard. So make sure you don't miss it.